Hello students, welcome back to the class. Last classes we have discussed about the Legislative Assembly. In these classes we discussed about the power and function of High Court. So High Court we have not discussed earlier classes. Okay, we have discussed about the Supreme Court and all, but now in this class we discussed about what are the powers and the functions of High Court. How the High Court is very important and what are the various functions of High Court. Okay, I'll go forward. So High Court is the highest court at state level. So children, whenever if you are talking about the High Court, just like how Supreme Court is the highest court at central level. Okay, Supreme Court is the highest court at central level. Supreme in the sense very high. After Supreme Court, High Court is the highest court at state level. Okay, now High Court is the head of state jurisdiction, judicial administration. In the state level, when we are talking about the state level, the High Court is the highest court at state level. At central level, the Supreme Court is the highest court. Similarly, at state level, if you see, High Court is the highest court at state level. Okay, so in High Court, when you are talking about the High Court, so whenever the people are not satisfied with the lower court, so they will appeal their cases. They can go to the cases in the High Court. If they wanted to go for the highest court in the state level, High Court is the highest court at state level. Okay, so district civil court, district session courts, Lok Adalat, like the different courts will be there. So whenever the people are not satisfied with the decisions which are given by the lower court, the people can appeal their cases in the High Court. Okay, and they can now in some states when we are talking, 2 states will have the same High Court, or 3 states will have 1 High Court, or 1 High Court will serve the 3 states. Okay, it is not compulsory that for every state there is 1 High Court. Sometimes 3 states will serve by 1 High Court. Sometimes 1 state will serve by 1 High Court. Sometimes in India 2 states were under the control of 1 High Court. So this is not compulsory that all the 3 states or 1 state will have 1 High Court. Now normally when we are talking about India, so recently one High Court was inaugurated and established in Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh, when they created a separate state, so the demand for the High Court started because and they made a 2019, they have made a separate High Court in Amaravati. Okay, in Amaravati, this is an area where they have created a separate High Court in 2019. Okay, after the creation of the High Court in Andhra Pradesh at Amaravati, so total number of High Court in India have increased 25. Now overall when we are talking about the High Court, how many High Courts are there in our country? Is 25 High Courts we can find, they are located in our country. Okay, so when we are talking about the High Court. Okay, now I will go forward here. So normally when we are saying that there are 3 High Courts, okay, so Mumbai, Guwahati, Chandigarh. So these High Courts are serving more than 1 state. So they have a jurisdictions of more than 1 state. What are the High Courts which have a jurisdictions of more than 1 state? One is Mumbai High Court. So Mumbai High Court not only serve the Mumbai but also it will serve the other states also. Guwahati also the same thing. Guwahati is also, they have a High Court, but that will not only serve the Guwahati but also they will serve the some other state. And similarly Chandigarh. Chandigarh is a union territory, we know. Chandigarh is the capital of Punjab and Haryana, capital is Chandigarh. So in Chandigarh we can find High Court which is established in Chandigarh, which will serve even Punjab and which will serve even Haryana. So these are the High Courts which were established. This will serve more than 1 jurisdiction. They will serve more than 1 state. So the jurisdiction is not only in 1 state, the jurisdiction is having more than 1 state. So this is one point. Now come to the point, Article 214 to 231 Constitution. So Article 214 to 231 of Constitution, what it is saying? This is saying about the structures and the functions of High Court. So what are the structures and the functions of High Court? So Article 214 to Article 231 of the Constitution, which is mainly explains about the structures as well as functions. So this will explain about the powers, positions, functions, etc. Now when we are now come to the point second one, which is composition. Normally when we are seeing about the High Court, how these High Courts judges will be appointed. So the judges of High Court consists of mainly Chief Justice and other judge. So most of the judges will be Chief Justice. Chief Justice is the head of all the judges and other judges. So Chief Justice, all the judges of High Court will be appointed by the President. President of India will appoint the judges. Whenever the President will appoint the judges, he will take the consultation of chief. When he will appoint the judges of only Supreme Court, he will take consultations with the Chief Justice of India. So President will take the consultation with the Chief Justice of India, and then he will appoint the judges of Supreme Court. Normally when the President of India have to appoint the High Court, he will consult with Governor, okay, and he will consult with the Chief Justice of India, and then he will appoint the judges of High Court. So in High Court we can find the head of all the judges will be Chief Justice. So in High Court we can find the total head of all the judges will be Chief Justice and other judges, and this President will appoint from time to time. Children, we know that as soon as when the population is increasing, at the same time cases were also increasing, and when the cases were increasing, we have to increase the number of judges to solve the cases. Today also if you see that most of the cases are quite pending. Okay, the reason is the shortage of judge, and that's why as per the situation and as per the time, so President of India will appoint some more judges, so that whatever the cases will be there, that will be solved easily, quickly. Okay, as per the time, as per the situation, so the President, what he will do, he will appoint some more judges. So here also if you see the composition, the judges of High Court, the Chief Justice and other judges will serve as a High Court, and President will appoint them from time to time. So whenever the President wanted to appoint, they will appoint the Chief Justice and other judges from time to time. Now judges are mainly appointed during urgent work. Whenever the emergency work will be there, whenever there is urgent work will be there, in terms of urgency work also sometimes the judges will be appointed. How? What is the reason of urgency work? Suppose the cases are more and the quantity of judges are very less. When the cases will increase day by day and when the quantity of judges are very less, in that situation we have to solve the cases immediately. In that condition the President will appoint some additional judges. As per the period of time, the judges quantities are going to increase. Supreme Court, see, once upon a time total number of judges were 25, but today when we are talking about the Supreme Court, the judges have increased to 33. Okay, still that is less only, as because the quantity of judges will increase mainly depends upon the urgency of the work. Whenever the demand of the work and urgency will create regarding the work or administration, in that situation the President will appoint the judge. Now I will go forward next one. Now appointment of judges. Who will appoint the judges? Just now we have discussed what Chief Justice of India. Okay, the Chief Justice of High Court will be appointed by President. Other judges, no. But when we are talking about the Chief Justice of High Court, this Chief Justice of High Court will be also appointed by President of India. So Chief Justice of High Court will be appointed by President of India. So President of India, what he will do, he will consult with the Chief Justice of India and Governor of the state. Why? Because when he is appointing the Chief Justice of particular state, first he will appoint the head. Who is the constitutional head of the state is Governor. So first the President, what he will do, he will consult with Chief Justice of India and Governor, and then he will appoint the Chief Justice of High Court. So this is one part. Directly will not appoint the Chief Justice of High Court by his own. Even just now I said that whenever he wanted to appoint the Supreme Court judges, he will take the decisions of Chief Justice of India. Similarly, when he is appointing the Chief Justice of High Court, so whenever the President will appoint the Chief Justice of High Court, what he will do? President first he will consult with the Chief Justice of India, and President will consult with the Governor, and then he will appoint the Chief Justice of High Court. Okay. Next I will go forward. President has a power, children. The President sometimes they will transfer the judges. Sometimes if the President feel that to transfer the judges from one state to another state, within the state, if they wanted to transfer in any other places, they can able to transfer. That is, a transferring power is completely under the control of President only. President has some extrajudicial power. What is the extrajudicial power? One judicial power is if the President wanted to transfer any judges, okay, the President has a right to transfer the judge. Now this is very important to know. Now we will discuss about the qualification of judge. What are the qualifications which are required to be a judiciary? First one, citizen of India. First qualification which are needed for any judge is citizen of India. You should be the citizen of India, and you should work in the judicial office for more than 10 years. So whenever if you are appointing for the Chief Justice of India, you should serve for at least 10 years. So in any court, you should be act as a judicial officer there. So when you wanted to appoint for the judge, first qualification is should be a citizen of India, and you should serve for 10 years in any court as a judicial officer. Or if you are an advocate for 10 years in the High Court also, you are eligible for the Chief Justice, Judge of High Court. So this is about the what is the qualification for the Judge of High Court. If you wanted to be a Judge of High Court, first one, you should be the citizen of India, and you should be 10 years you have to work as a judicial office, or you have to advocate for the 10 years. As an advocate, you have to work for 10 years in any High Court. Then that will be act as a citizen, that will be act as a qualification for Judge of High Court. Okay, so what we have discussed, students, here, to become the qualification for judge in the High Court, first, citizen of India, you should work in any court, any lower court. Suppose if you have an experience for working 10 years as a judicial officer, then also, or second thing is, if you are working as an advocate in High Court for 10 years, then also you are eligible to become the judicial. Okay, whenever if you are appointing in all the cases, first what they will see, the capacity. If you have a very good capacity, because many people have an experience for working 10 years. Many people will work 10 years, many people works in the lower court, but all the people will not become the judges of High Court. So what is the most important thing is, you should be the distinguished jurist. Okay, you should be well experienced. Okay, and you should have a very good knowledge in the judicial system. They will see everything, and then they will discuss, and then they will select you as a Judge of High Court. Okay, next I will go forward, children. About term salaries, when we are talking about the monthly salaries for the judges will be, okay, the monthly salaries will be for the Chief Justice is 2,50,000 rupees. Okay, the salaries for the Chief Justice of High Court will be 2,50,000, but when we are talking about the other judges salary, 2,25,000. When you are talking about the Chief Justice salary and other judges salary, the difference will be 25,000. So when the Chief Justice salary is 2,50,000, other judges salary is 2,25,000, and this salary sometimes can decrease also in terms of emergency condition. Whenever the financial emergency or any other emergency situation will take place, during these conditions, the president, what he will do, he has a right to decrease the salaries. Salaries can be decreases due to the emergency situation. Okay, parliament and other law bodies can decrease the emergency. During the emergency condition, the salaries can decrease, the salaries of judges will be decreased. Okay, so what we have discussed here, we have discussed about salary. The Chief Justice salary will be 2,50,000, and other judge salary will be 2,25,000. Difference will be 25,000. So normally when we are talking about the salaries, only during the emergency condition, the salaries are going to be decreases. Now children, when we are coming to the term, now tenures, when we are talking about tenures, Chief Justice has given some independent, they can able to work for 62 years of age. If they wanted to work, they can be able to attain at 62 years of age, they can able to work. No service, no other service is such a long period. If any judges wanted to work, okay, they can be at a office for 62 years of age, they can attain. And they can resign. If they wanted to resign, they can forward the resign to the president. If any judges wanted to resign, okay, our Chief Justice, if they wanted to resign, so first what they have to give, they have to forward the resignation letter, and they can resign before the expiry of the term. Or else, if they wanted to work for a long period, they can able to work. Now one more point is method of removing. Judges can be removed. Two conditions the judges can be. There are many reasons. So most of the reasons are that if the judges misbehave, if they are not working according to if they are not following the constitution, or if they are misbehaving, okay, in that condition the president can remove the judges due to the misbehaving. Whenever the judges are misbehaving with the higher officials, when they are not formulating and when they are not following the laws, in that situation the president has right to remove the judge. But president, what he will do, he can form the resolutions in the house. First resolutions will pass in the house. In that resolution, removal of judge. A resolutions will pass in the house, in the parliament. 2/3 of the members should approve in both the house, and then the judges can be removed easily. Appointing of judges are very easy, children. Removing of the judges are very difficult, because parliament has made the strict conditions so that the judges should not be removed easily. Then only they will feel secure and they can able to take the decisions independently. And that's why independent to the judiciary should be given, and that's why the process is very complicated to remove the judges. So children, here we have discussed in this point about the powers and function of High Court. So we already discussed that High Court is one of the highest court at state level. In the previous lesson we have discussed about Supreme Court, in which Supreme Court is the highest court at central level. Similarly, High Court is the highest court at state level. So what we have discussed recently, when we are talking about the High Court, Andhra Pradesh new High Court was created at Amaravati. In 2019, in Andhra Pradesh new High Court was created. After the creation of that High Court, the total number of High Court have increased to 25. Children, in our India, states are how much? More than 30 states we have. But High Courts, how many? 25. It means what? Each and every states there is no one High Court. In some states, okay, some states are comes under the jurisdiction of High Court will serve more than 3. Okay, for some states High Court act as jurisdiction of more than 3 states. Now normally when we are talking Mumbai, Guwahati and Chandigarh, these are the High Courts which are established in Mumbai, Guwahati and Chandigarh. These High Courts are serving more than 3 states, not only 1 state, 2 states, sometimes more than 3 states also. And this is one point. Next we will go forward. Article 214 to 231 of the Constitution explains about structure and function of High Court. So this article, which is written in 214 to 231 of the Constitution, explains about structure and function of High Court. Now come to the point, composition of High Court. High Court is mainly consists of Chief Justice and other judges, and these Chief Justice and other judges are mainly appointed by President from time to time. President, whenever the President will appoint, sometime according to the situation and according to the demand, the President will appoint the judges. Now here the judges will be appointed due to the urgency of work. Whenever there is a demand and urgency of work will be very high, the President will appoint the judges from time to time. Okay. Now in such situation, from some situation will arises, for example, when the cases will be more, when the cases are pending and judges are very less, in such situation the President will appoint the judges because of urgency. President has a right, and one more point is Chief Justice of High Court will be appointed by President. How the President will appoint the Chief Justice? By consulting with the Chief Justice of India and Governor, the President will appoint the Chief Justice of High Court. So President will appoint the Chief Justice of High Court only by consulting the Chief Justice of India and other judges. The President will appoint the Chief Justice of High Court. Now President has a right here. If the President wanted to transfer the power, if the President wanted to transfer the judges, he have right, he can able to transfer the judges from other places. Now normally when we are going to the qualification, what are the qualification for the judges are? You should be the citizen of India, okay, and you should work as a judicial officer for more than 10 years. In any court, suppose if you are serving as a judicial officers for more than 10 years, then you are eligible to become the Chief Justice of High Court. And next one, you should be an advocate in the High Court for 10 years, and you should be good in judgment, you should be good in giving the judgment, and then you can be eligible for you can be appointed for the Chief Justice of High Court, eligible. Now salaries and allowances, when we are talking about the Chief Justice, it is nearly 2,50,000. Other judges' salaries will be 2,25,000, difference 25,000. And one more point is here, the salaries during the emergency situation, the salaries can able to decrease also. During the emergency situations, whenever the situations is in emergency condition, the salaries of the judges will be decreases. Tenure, in the sense, judges can retain in the office for long period of time, okay, among all the thing. Okay, in the field of judiciary, when you are saying that they can able to serve at 62 years of age also, they can able to serve, and they can resign forward. If any judges wanted to resign, they can resign forward by forwarding the resignation letter to the president, they can able to resign forward. Method of removal, if you see, president can be removed only due to misbehavior. So president can be removed by the misbehavior, or in any house first the resolution will pass in the house. In that resolution 2/3 of the members should approve. Okay, after passing that a resolution 2/3 of the members should approve. If 2/3 of the members are approving to remove the judge, then the judges can be removed easily. So children, in this function, in this point we have discussed about the powers and function of High Court. First we have studied about the introduction of High Court, how many High Courts are there, then composition of High Court, appointment of High Court we have discussed, then salaries and allowances we have discussed, and then tenure, and then we have discussed about the method of removal. In the next class we will continue the same topic of judiciary, about functions and power of High Court in the next class, children. Okay, we will meet you in the next class, children. Up to that, thank you very much, children.